with this Nottingham Forest side today, who are unchanged after their 7-0 victory at Bury in the League Cup on Tuesday. Striker Ian Wallace is 99% fit, and the Forest management say that he's certain to play in their European Cup tie against CSKA of Bulgaria on Wednesday. In the meantime, Gary Mills fills that number 10 shirt. Forest have scored 12 goals in the last 2 games, but George Wood is in the Arsenal goal today, his first appearance at Highbury. Today, determined to put a stop to that sort of run. It's his 3rd successive game since he arrived from Everton, because Pat Jennings is still out with a foot injury. This then is the Arsenal side. They're also unchanged. It's the team that won in the League Cup at Stockport on Monday, with Steve Gatting again being preferred to David Price in midfield. And 19-year-old Brian McDermott, the hat-trick in the reserves last week, well, he's the substitute. The referee today, it's Alan Gunn, who comes from Sussex. And now the crowd are looking forward to a good game, with Forest 2nd in the table and Arsenal 9th. So Nottingham Forest, in a strip of all yellow, get us away attacking the goal to our left. Forest, who've not won away in the league this season, but their feeling is that things are going well for them at the moment. They lost the opening game to Tottenham, but they've not been beaten in the league since then. Arsenal have not lost here at Highbury this season. And here's Alan Sunderland on the ball for them now. Collins, who seems to have had a new lease of life again. Here's O'Leary. And Kenny Sanson, the first time the big match cameras have picked him up wearing an Arsenal shirt. And O'Neill. Certainly Terry Neal looked for a long time for a left back to replace Sammy Nelson, and he found it in Kenny Sanson. Devine playing it long again towards Stapleton, looking to get in there. Shilton slipped and came back beautifully. Well, it was a slip of the feet there by Peter Shilton. As Stapleton ran on this one, you can see how Shilton slips there, but dives bravely at the forward's feet. A very good ball there by O'Leary, cut out, and here's Mills on the break. Birtle's up there with him. And a shot that's just wide of the Arsenal goal. Well, it's not often that David O'Leary makes an error, but it was O'Leary's error that, in the first place, put Mills in possession. But the shot was wide of the Arsenal goal. Well, that'll fall for Ricks. Stopped nicely though by Needham. Here's Devine. Stapleton at the far side. Anderson's header. And now Robertson. Played for Ponte, all calmly and cleverly inside again for Robertson. Flicked out confidently there by him now to Martin O'Neill. Anderson linking up well. Mills on the far side, cut out well by Kenny Sanson. But Mills winning it back for Forest, then giving it to Talbot. Played into the space nicely here now for John Devine. Stapleton's on the far side, Chilton's with him, and again using his fist to good advantage. So Willie Young up again. Ricks again with the corner for Arsenal. Willie Young with a header. Stapleton trying to turn it in there. Ponte getting it away to Birtles. Robertson, first time for O'Neill. Now he's got Birtles. Now if Birtles can really attack them, this could be interesting. Mills is waiting in the middle. The ball coming off John Hollins, and Birtles couldn't quite get the touch. Through to George Wood. Gatting. Ricks. Oh, what a good break here by Talbot. And Frankie Gray shepherds it wide of the post. What a break. Yes, no wonder he's annoyed. Mind you, that's his speciality, Brian Talbot. A terrific break from the midfield. And Ricks spinned him up so well. Shilton came out to make things difficult and succeeded. And the ball, as you can see, just a yard wide. Gatting. Sanson. Talbot. Gatting. Stapleton made his run out here to the right, made sure he kept onside. Now attacking Frankie Gray. To the byline, off the head of Kenny Burns. Stapleton's up on the far side. Gatting with a shot. A couple of good breaks by Arsenal, but the finishing touch still isn't there. That was a good piece of play by Stapleton. And the ball coming from Sunderland. In fact, he got a good header in there to get that back to Gatting. Collins, little touch here for Stapleton, and now for Gatting. Now Ricks. Oh, that's a free kick. Willie Young looking to get behind the next one, and it's there, and it's not allowed. An offside, Sunderland and Stapleton. And the linesman's flag was up straight away. I think it was Sunderland who probably put the ball into the net, but the pair of them there were in an offside position as Willie Young heads that one in, and you can see them now. It was obviously Sunderland who was the man who got the header in and who was also offside. Stapleton, and a foul on him by David Needham, which gives Arsenal a free kick in the dying seconds of the first half. Talbot with it. Willie Young up again, deep on the far side. And the half-time whistle. A goalless first half as the respective managers go in. And Peter Shilton, who's gathered up one or two unwelcome headlines this week and 5 stitches in his chin as a result of a little car accident. But I must say his goalkeeping has been absolutely immaculate this afternoon, his catching and his punching. And he's one of the main reasons that we stand goalless at half-time. So a half-time score here at Highbury. Arsenal 0, Nottingham Forest 0. So Arsenal get us away again, now attacking the goal to our left in their red and white shirts. And instantly finding Alan Sunderland on the far side. And Needham's header comfortably getting it away for an Arsenal throw. Sunderland. Collins. Now Young. Played here for Ricks. And again from Ricks, taking that nicely from Stapleton, getting a 1-2 going nicely there, involving Sanson as well. Cut out by Kenny Burns. Gatting. O'Leary. Burns again. Mills after this one. And O'Leary just sticking out one of those long legs to concede the corner. The skipper today in the absence of Pat Jennings. Gary Mills with the corner for Nottingham Forest. Onside, the linesman kept his flag down. Referee looked towards him. Mills, a good cross coming in there. Oh, and the header there by Ponty wasn't as good as it might have been. Hit a little more firmly, and that had to be beyond George Wood, because Mills does really well here. Gets around Willie Young, a really good cross coming in there. Look at the space for Ponty. A downward header, but wide of the goal. Good work by young Mills, and George Wood with the kick. Needham's header. Hollins. Sanson. And Henderson seemed to be holding back Graham Rix there, but nothing given. And Rix winkles the ball away in the end, though. And a foul there by Viv Anderson, who was annoyed at the referee's decision. Well, the referee at that moment was having a word with Frank Stapleton about something, but the upshot of it all is it's a free kick for Arsenal, which Sanson will take. Or Rix. No, it'll be Rix. Oh! Oh! My word! Now, the linesman is flagging and the goal is given. Shilton can't believe it, but the linesman has given the goal. And Martin O'Neill's coming across to have a word with the linesman, but Shilton, no doubt, was caught out by that goal. Right at the end he saw it, and I say, my first view of that is, that didn't cross the line. Well, there's going to be enormous controversy over that. The linesman was well placed. The first look on the slow motion there made me believe that there was a question whether the whole of that ball crossed the line. Peter Shilton, no doubt about it that Peter Shilton, who was caught out, he was way to one side of his goal, and there was no cover, and Rix really found the spot superbly. Nick inside this time for Gatting, and here's Sanson. And a throw to Arsenal. And Rix on his way, played there for Hollins. In fact, there was some elbowing on Frank Stapleton as that move built up. And Rix played the ball nicely there into the path of John Hollins, who hit it with such power, but wide of Shilton's post. Now Birtles. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone, and the second half certainly much better than the first. Into Birtles, and a corner to Nottingham Forest. Robertson getting through them all, in fact, taking on just about everybody. The little nick there for Birtles, and the ball coming off Willie Young over the top for the corner. Needham versus Willie Young, two big men in the 6-yard area there. Birtles trying to turn it in, Sunderland getting it away. And Rix playing it upfield, but Kenny Burns is there. Nice little 1-2 coming there, and Gatting with the shot, and Shilton with a good save. Some really delicate interpassing by Arsenal on the edge of the penalty area there until it came through there to Gatting. And the shot well saved by Peter Shilton. Oh, Willie Young might have a chance, but the ball bounced unkindly for him. And Willie Young was having a kick there. I thought at the ball, the referee clearly thought it was a bit too close to Gary Birtles for comfort, and has given Nottingham Forest a free kick. Birtles. Robertson. And played there towards Mills. An unfair challenge by David O'Leary. So Trevor Francis wondering whether Forest are going to pull this goal back, the controversial goal that it is with this free kick, which Frankie Gray is lining up now. David Needham's come up onto this side into the Arsenal penalty area. Thundered in there, might go anywhere, could easily have gone anywhere, and in the end put back by John Devine, almost wide of George Wood. Well, it's always a useful variation on a free kick that. It might just hit a knee and suddenly you're presented with a chance you wouldn't have expected. On that occasion, Wood still had to change direction to get the back pass. McGovern up, but unfairly up. That's got to be a free kick to Arsenal then. Pushing down on the opponent. Talbot towards Willie Young, nodded down there, almost into the path of Sunderland. Now Mills played there for O'Neill, but here's Sanson recovering well, turned beautifully and was so aware of where the ball was. And look at this for a 1-2 going on. Oh, what a goal that would have been. And what disappointment there. That was magnificent play by Kenny Sanson. The little touch here for Willie Young coming up. A lovely little 1-2 by Willie Young. The fullback had continued his run. The little touch wide of Shilton, but sadly for him and Arsenal, wide of the post as well. Willie Young. Oh, look at the run by Talbot again. Oh, and great work by Shilton. But he's done that half a dozen times. Brian Talbot, perfect timing, and this time I thought for a moment he was going to get around Peter Shilton, but no, you could see Shilton had the better of it. And he was a very relieved man. Bertels to Mills. And Bowyer's made the run. Timed to perfection. He might even get it onto the left foot. It looked as though it was going to be that way until Devine got in there. Robertson coming off, though. And now Martin O'Neill's in there, supported by Bertels. Mills is in there, too. Bertels got a touch to it, but not enough to bother Wood. But in fact, young Gary Mills had gone beautifully into an unmarked position. As O'Neill turns it in. Hit firmly, and you can see Mills coming in on the edge of the box into a lovely unmarked position. Goal kick. Well, it's time added on now, and they've got to push everybody forward, Forest, if they're going to save anything from this game. Oh, you're getting in there. McGovern trying to get in there, but Gatting finds Talbot. And now it's with Sunderland. Collins. And Robertson. Can Forest yet do something as Bertel comes up, and they've got Mills and they've got O'Neill up. Robertson again for Nottingham Forest. It's got to be the last chance for them now. The shot that's cannons off Willie Young. Bertels is right in there. The final whistle has gone before anything else can happen. And Peter Shilton, who I'm sure will dispute that Graham Rix goal for a long, long time, and there's certainly going to be so much controversy about it. Rix with that powerful shot of his, but did it the whole of the ball really cross the line? Well, that really is the question of the whole afternoon. Certainly a much better second half than we had first. And a full-time score here at Highbury. Arsenal 1, Nottingham Forest 0.